All right, guys, we'll get ahead and get started here with Kia Nurse. If you do have a question, go ahead and raise your hand. We'll get you unmuted and called on. We'll go ahead and start here with Jeff Metcalf with the Arizona Republic, followed by Alex Simon.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you played one game now without Tarazi, and you did pretty well against a quality opponent. How do you feel like this sort of chemistry is coming together now, trying to adapt without her?
Well, I think obviously, losing D is a big gap that we do have. And the best part about this team is that we do have so many talented players across the board that we can continue to find different ways to score, to bring some of the different things that D does for this team. It's not about any one of us trying to be Diana, because that's not going to happen, right? It's about each and every one of us being a little bit better than what we have been and bringing a little bit more to try and fill the gaps that we have when Diana's not in the lineup. So I think as our chemistry continues to build and as we continue to look at our different opponents and create our own game plans and execute them like we did against Vegas, we played a pretty good game. We're going to continue to get better. We'll continue to find ways to score and succeed and win games until Diana gets back.
Skylar has got a bigger playmaking role now with Tarazi out. She already had a big one anyway, but even a bigger one. How do you sort of collectively on the perimeter help her out so she doesn't have that burden all by herself?
Wait, someone close some doors in here. Hi, everybody. I'm Lana Smith. I would say, obviously, with Skylar, she does a really good job, like you said, for us as being a playmaker, and she moves more into that role, having to come off of, single step up sides, using ball screens, making reads. And so on the perimeter, our job is to make her reads as easy as possible. And that's whether we're cutting into movement, cutting into open spaces, whether we're knocking down open shots so that the defense can't kind of load up on the side that she's coming off of in terms of ball screens. Skylar makes really good reads. And when she gets down into the paint, her steps are great. Her understanding is great on how to get her shot off against people that are bigger than her. So for us, it's more continuing to allow her to do that and do what she's really good at. And then on the perimeter, we have to move around her and help her out in as many ways as possible.
All right, time for two final questions. Next up, we have Alex Simon with the next, followed by Danny Thompson.
Hi, Kia. You guys played against Haley twice in the preseason. To add her, what did you kind of remember seeing from her in those preseason games, and kind of what have you seen so far in the couple of practices?
Well, obviously she could shoot the ball, and that was pretty evident in her college career as well, and what she's been able to bring to the W, especially in that preseason game that we played against her. So to bring her onto the squad is great, obviously, to have more outside shooting from the perimeter. Also, just her intelligence has shown through, especially in the two practices that we've had so far. So continuing to use that. Yes, I am on media, people. Like, this is the worst place to do media.
And the other question I had, just because my editor is Howard Megdal, and he liked to point out the fact that you've had two other Kias on your team in the past in New York. So having another chance to be reunited with Kia Vaughn, just what is that like? And especially, I know you guys had three back in New York, so to have another one, have you guys at this point sorted out how you're going to call each other at this point?
Yeah, no, everybody is still calling everybody Kia around here. So there's a lot of just head turning, trying to figure out who's talking to who. But it's great to be reunited with Kia Vaughn. Obviously, I love the way that she plays and what she brings to the game. So that's been really fun to be around. We're still working out the naming side of things. I know Howard always talks about how we need to get a Kia deal. I did get a Kia deal last year. I didn't tell you guys the entire year, and I just got another one that will be out here soon. So thanks to him for that help.
All right, final question, Danny Thompson, 3-point conversion.
Kia and Danny Thompson with a 3-point conversion. Well, it seems like off the court that you've meshed in perfectly with your teammates, because as we can tell in the last couple of minutes, how have you felt on the court? I know being in a new environment, new team, the shot hasn't been falling, but do you feel like you're comfortable with the shots that you are taking, or do you feel like you can take better looks so far in the first 5 games? Give an honest assessment of yourself so far.
Yeah, I think obviously as I've come back from a pretty extended break of not playing any 5-on-5 basketball, it's just been a bit of a struggle to try and continue to find my way back into that sense of things. The shots that I've been taking, there's been a couple questionable ones. I turned the ball over a little bit too much right now. My dribble's a little bit too high, but you know, in the last game against Vegas, I took really good shots, really open 3-pointers, and they just didn't fall for me. And when you're a shooter, you have to have some short memory. Just keep trying to shoot them, keep trying to knock them down. If I can get my feet under me, then there probably won't be any problems. They'll go down more often than not. And so the way that we are continuing to just build chemistry, I'm still trying to find different ways and different places in the offense where I can attack, or this is my spot to kind of go and try and score and have that scorer's mentality. But you know, my game hasn't been where I want it to be. I'm much better than what I've shown. I know that. I think most people around me know that. I appreciate my teammates and my coaches for continuing to instill confidence in me and tell me to keep shooting and keep attacking and stop overthinking things. And so that's where I am right now. I'm not really concerned about it. It's like 4 or 5 games into the season. So there's time to get it better. And I was not proud of my defense in the first 2-3 games. Last game, I was pretty proud of it. So there's little improvements each and every day. And that's what you're just finding as you continue to play. People are going to say what they say on the outside. I'm my own worst critic. You can't say anything that's not going to hurt me more than what I already tell myself. So it is what it is.
And quick question about off the court. You became an auntie the other day. Number one, how does it feel to have a new one in the family? And have you talked to your brother since? I think he played an hour straight the night before.
Yeah, I did add a new little one, Aiden Wolf, and I'm really excited for him. It's my other nephew's first birthday today, so my auntie duties have been on high alert, all FaceTiming. I talked to my brother this morning before we got to the gym and talked to Aiden a little bit, even though he doesn't speak to me. He knows my voice now. And so that's great. And I mean, my brother is an absolute inspiration to me. He's a monster in what he does every single day. And so to see him succeed the way he did was great. Obviously, they lost the game, but coming home to see his son being born, it makes sports a lot. You know, there's more to life than basketball, more to life than hockey, and we noticed that.
All right, thanks for the time, Kia.
Nice.